Ready to take those perfectly roasted Brussels sprouts to the next level? How about a hot honey balsamic glaze? Let's go. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Chronicles of Chef. I'm Scott Hamilton, and today we're going to take those perfectly roasted Brussels sprouts to the next level. We're doing a hot honey balsamic and mustard glaze. Super simple to throw together. Cooking time altogether about 30, maybe 40 minutes, and you come out with this delicious stuff. Not only that, we're going to take your gremolata, we're going to turn it up a notch and sprinkle it over the top for maximum freshness. Let's get cooking. All right, let's finish up this mise en place so that we can get roasting off our beautiful Brussels sprouts. I started off with 1 pound, 3 ounces. It's just what happened to be what I grabbed, but I knew that in trimming these down and prepping these out, we're going to lose about 3 ounces worth of the stems, the bottoms, all that kind of stuff. So about a pound of Brussels sprouts is how much we'll actually be roasting. All right, so to prep out our Brussels sprouts, I've already washed them. You don't need to sit here and peel the leaves. If you cut the bottom off, the leaves that don't belong will just fall right off. And typically speaking, those leaves are the ones that are kind of on the wet or goopy side. So as you can see, we got some brown and green, really soggy leaves. We got some discoloration. So again, we're just going to cut that kind of root, kind of the bottom off. It's similar to when you're chopping off the bottom of the cabbage. But look, all those leaves that were just a little worrisome practically just fall off. This one was a little extra bad. So we're going to peel these extra few pieces off. Call that good. And then it's a simple have. You can leave them whole, but I wanted to roast these face side down so we get a really, really good caramelization on this side. All right, now we are going to roast these in a couple of stages. First, we're going to kind of do a pretty close to a dry roast for about half of it, and then we're going to hit them with a delicious hot honey balsamic mustard glaze, and then we'll finish them with a gremolata. It's going to be delicious. We're going to get all of these guys into a bowl. There we go. Okay, now on this, all we're going to do is hit them with a little bit of salt and a little bit of olive oil. Not a whole lot, and we're just going to lightly coat them in that. That simple. My oven's preheated to 425, and in the oven, while I was preheating it, I preheated my pan. So the pan's going to come out ripping hot. We're going to hit it with a bunch of oil, and then we're going to drop these and get as many of these face side down to get some really beautiful caramelization. All right. Now I'm going to use an avocado oil. I wanted a more high heat oil, so you can use a canola, Pam, any of those kind of cooking sprays. I don't want to do light olive oil because I don't want to burn the olive oil in this nice hot oven, but you can. We're just going to go ahead and drop these guys down. I have a silicone mat down. It's not necessary. It's going to help make sure that they don't stick to the pan. So if you have a silicone mat, absolutely throw it down. I think that it's going to help with cleanup, but it's not necessary to the flavors of the dish. You could also make cleanup a little easier by using tin foil, aluminum foil, any of those kinds of things will also work, or a nonstick baking sheet. All right, now with these all face down, looking beautiful, we're going to throw this in the oven. Again, it's set to 425. We want it ripping hot. All right, so while they're roasting away for about 15, 20 minutes, we're going to be making this glaze. We're going to do a tablespoon of our chopped up chives. I want a light onion flavor in there. That's why I didn't go with bigger, chunkier onions. And I want that kind of charred onion kind of vibe, and these are going to char pretty quickly, so I'm all about that. We're going to do about a half a tablespoon of minced garlic, and then we're going to do a tablespoon of our Dijon mustard. And you notice I'm doing this in the same bowl that I had seasoned them in already. We're just going to keep using this bowl over and over again to help build all those flavors, not waste anything, and to minimize the dishes. And then we are going to do a tablespoon. This feels like, I'm sure, going to be feeling like a lot, but a tablespoon of some balsamic vinegar. This is a fig balsamic, whatever kind of balsamic, white balsamic. You want to do like a garlic. There's all sorts of delicious balsamics out there. You can use whatever you have. So we're going to do a tablespoon of this delightfulness. All right, and then we're going to do a tablespoon of some hot honey. If you are nervous about hot honey being too hot, you're not sure you want to test it out, regular honey, and then use some cayenne pepper, red pepper flakes, or any kind of spicy thing that you like, that you feel like you have control over it. We're not looking for these to be spicy. I just want a little bit of warmth in there. All right. We're going to go ahead and drop that guy in there. We're going to just give that a nice little mix. Oh, yeah. We want it to be on the thicker side. We want it to feel a little goopy because we want this to coat the Brussels sprouts really, really nicely and then caramelize and crisp up and get delicious and sticky on the Brussels sprouts in the oven on their second roast. So, oh, beautiful. The honey is there in the background. Balsamic's a little bit on the light side, so I'm just going a little bit more of the balsamic. I want it to shine a little bit more. The mustard overpowered the balsamic just a hair. We're going to hit it with some more salt. Even though there is salt in here from our salting of the Brussels sprouts, it wasn't enough. Some fresh cracked pepper. Probably about a teaspoon or so is what I'm about to do. There we go. And then some olive oil. You can also use some butter or a more neutral flavor. I'm looking for the olive oil flavor on this glaze, just a little note of it in the background. So we're just going to do a little glug glug. All right, we're going to give that a nice mix. That has a nice shine to it. Oh, yeah. Let's see here. The balsamic's on the front. Then you get the mustardy kind of heat. And then you get the garlic. And then you get a little bit of heat from the hot honey. Oh, that is money. And this is very simple. We're not doing a whole bunch of herbs. We're not doing all sorts of different crazy flavors. I'm trying to keep this pretty simple and easy to make. All right, so it's been about 10 minutes. So we're going to check on the Brussels sprouts just to see how they're doing, and kind of gauge how much longer we're going to need them in the oven. I'm liking these little crispy bits that are happening. I love that. Go ahead and just grab a random one. Ooh, they're already tender at the top. We're not getting the caramelization on the bottom that I was hoping for, but that's okay. We're starting to get some color there. So I think then the next 10 minutes is going to be really, really helpful on that. All right. And if we don't get a whole bunch of color, it's all right. They're still going to be delicious. All right. It's been 20 minutes in there, and I think that's the right move, not the 15. We got some great color happening here on this. Let's check out one of these guys in the middle. Not as good, but not bad. The tops are beautiful. They're looking real, really dark. Got that nice caramelization. Now we're just going to take these and we are going to drop these straight into our glaze here. All right, we're just going to kind of give this a nice little toss. Give a mix, get everybody acquainted and coated up, looking delicious. Now this time when we put them back onto our pan, we're not going to stress about where they're going. Are they landing right side up, right side down, flat side, whatever. It doesn't really matter. We are going to give them a try. One, it's really hot. Two, oh, absolutely delicious. Okay, just drop these guys back in here. All right, now we're going to throw this back in the oven for about 5-10 minutes. Nothing crazy. So we're looking for about a 30-minute cook time altogether. While the Brussels sprouts are in there finishing off their delicious roasting, we're going to make a quick gremolata. Super simple to make. Gremolatas are bright, fresh, and just absolutely beautiful. And it's a great way to add a punch of flavor to steaks, pastas, roasted vegetables, all sorts of things. And it's really, really simple. Very similar to a chimichurri, but not nearly as saucy or anything like that. So we have some parsley that I chopped like this, super easy. And we're going to do the whole thing. And that was probably about a half a cup or to a third cup of chopped parsley. We got about 2 tablespoons of garlic that we're going to throw into here. There we go. And then the zest of a lemon. That's all. And I'm not looking to add a whole lot of like citrus zing to this because our sauce, our glaze is mustard, which has lots of vinegar and bright acid, and balsamic vinegar. Again, more acid, more brightness. So adding lemon here would kind of just make this dish super, super acidic. And I'm looking for a balance. The zest is much more sweet and it's more fragrant rather than that tang. It almost feels like candy lemon. So we're going to add that in here. A little bit of salt. A little bit of black pepper. And then a touch of olive oil just to kind of help hold it together. We're not looking for this to be drowning or anything like that. Just a little touch to help hold it all together. And you give that a good mixy mix. And that right there is a classic, simple gremolata. Really, really bright, fresh. You can do it with all sorts of different kinds of herbs. Traditionally, I believe it is parsley, though. But go ahead and got lemon. That parsley is nice and fresh. But me being me, we're going to add more things to it. We got about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of chopped up chives. I'm going to dump that in. I have a little salad mix of honey roasted almonds and some craisins. Add a little more texture. I'm not going to chop them up finely or anything like that. I don't want this to be like the star. I don't want this to take over. I just want this kind of folding in to add a little bit of nuttiness, a little umami, and then a little extra sweetness from those craisins. Drop that in. And because I added those things, we're going to hit it with a little bit more salt, a little more black pepper, and a little more olive oil. I think altogether this was maybe 2 teaspoons of olive oil. Nothing crazy. Again, we're just looking for that olive oil to help act as a binder. We're just going to mix that all together. And look how beautiful it looks. I mean, all right, let's get a little tasty taste. Oh, yeah. That black pepper is great little heat in there. You get the honey on the almonds, but you get this nice nuttiness. Very bright and fresh, but not like acidic bright. This is very green. It brings things to life. This turned out great. All right, let's get this in a bowl. Oh, yeah. That is looking absolutely divine. Our great glaze has kind of thickened up down below, so we're going to kind of scrape that and mix it all in. We're going to throw it back in this to kind of give it one more toss before we plate it up. We're going to mix that all together and back again into our same bowl here. Trying to minimize our dishes. Oh, buddy. All right. Oh, it smells so good. Go ahead and just hit it with a little bit of the gremolata of all over the place. There we have it. Some hot honey balsamic glazed roasted Brussels sprouts. Oh, delicious. Let's dig in. Okay, I'm ready to dig in on these delicious looking Brussels sprouts. All right. I mean, just look at that. They're cooked perfectly. The 20 minutes at the high heat, not touching them, and then finish them for like 5-10. They're soft, easy to bite through, but they still have some texture. The nuts in here and that chew of the cranberry, is a win. Let's see if we can get one with a little bit more of the rest of that gremolata. That is good. Oh, man. That is a flavor roller coaster that I want to ride all the time. You get honey notes, but it's not over the top honey. The heat is just right. Then there's a little bit of heat from the fresh garlic and the cracked pepper and the gremolata that adds a little bit of a punch. And then you get the mustard notes kind of in your nostrils, but nothing's crazy. And then you get that natural green flavor, that slightly sweet but yet bitter Brussels sprout. Oh, man. And like, look how beautiful it is. Like, we were nervous with the glaze. It got it nice and dark. It looks phenomenal. The balsamic shines through, but again, nothing's overpowering. Everything's just kind of working together beautifully to make something absolutely phenomenal. You could throw this as a side for steak. You could do a prime rib, whole roasted chicken, grilled chicken, fish, all sorts of things. This would be delicious. This can be served hot or cold. It's going to be delicious as a side. Oh, man. This is a win. Yes. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, do all those fun things. And let me know down in the comments, what's your favorite way to roast Brussels sprouts? And are you using hot honey or are you going to spice it up your own way? We'll see you next time.